They spent over $1 billion. They dug deep beneath the most sacred ground in all of Mormonism. They built tunnels. They built corridors. They built something underground that they have never fully explained to the public. And when the questions got too loud to ignore, they sent one of the most beloved men in the entire church to respond. A former airline pilot, a man born behind the Iron Curtain, a man with a voice so calm and so warm that millions of people around the world trusted completely. But what he said raised even more questions than it answered. And tonight on History Unmasked, we are going to go through every single one of those questions, layer by layer, fact by fact, because something is buried beneath Temple Square, and the world deserves to know what it is. If you are new to this channel, subscribe right now before this video goes a single second further, because what we do on History Unmasked is not speculation. It is not sensationalism. It is documented history about the institutions that shape our world, told the way it actually happened, without the filters that money and influence usually put between you and the truth. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell, stay with me, because in about 4 minutes, this story is going to take a turn that will completely change how you see everything. Now let us go all the way back to the beginning, not 2019. Further back than that, the Salt Lake Temple took 40 years to build. Construction began in 1853, and the temple was finally dedicated in April of 1893. The granite blocks were hauled by oxen from a quarry 20 miles away in Little Cottonwood Canyon. Every stone was placed by hand by settlers who believed with absolute certainty that they were building a house of God. Brigham Young himself selected the site. And when it was finally completed, it stood as the most ambitious construction project the movement had ever attempted. For over a century, it stood essentially unchanged. It became the symbol of Mormonism to the entire world. The 6 spires, the Golden Angel, Moroni. So when the church announced in December of 2019 that this singular building was going to be closed for renovation, it carried enormous symbolic weight. The initial explanation was reasonable. Salt Lake City sits in a seismically active zone. A 19th century granite structure would not survive a serious earthquake. But the seismic argument only explains part of what has been happening, and the part it does not explain is the part nobody has addressed directly. If you are watching from Europe, where the history of institutional religion is long and dark, I want to know, what does your instinct tell you? The engineering team installed a base isolation system. The building was essentially lifted off its original foundation and placed on top of over 300 isolators. That is extraordinary engineering. Verified, absolutely real. But that does not account for $1 billion. And it does not account for the tunnels. The renovation included significant underground infrastructure connecting multiple buildings across the complex. Like the 28-story church office building, underground connective infrastructure of that size and cost is built for one of 2 things: large-scale operational efficiency or resilience and continuity. And that brings us to the moment that is at the center of this video. The moment when Elder Dieter F. Uchtdorf stepped into this conversation. He was born in 1940 in Czechoslovakia. His family were refugees who fled as the Second World War reshaped the borders of Europe. He grew up in East Germany during the years of the Soviet sphere of influence. He eventually became a chief pilot for Lufthansa. He joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints as a young man. He rose through its leadership structure over decades. And in 2004, he was called to serve as one of the quorum of the 12 apostles. The 12 men who sit just below the first presidency in the governing structure of the church. He later served in the first presidency itself. He is one of the most respected and beloved figures in contemporary Latter-day Saint life. When Uchtdorf speaks, people listen. That is exactly why the church sent him into this conversation. Elder Uchtdorf addressed the project directly. He spoke about the renewal of Temple Square with measured eloquence. He talked about the responsibility of the present generation to preserve what past generations built. He talked about the message that a billion-dollar renovation sends to the world about the confidence and permanence of the movement. And then he said something that I have been thinking about ever since I first heard it. He said that Temple Square is being built for the next 100 years, not renovated, built for the next 100 years. It is not a description. It is a horizon. It is pointing your eyes toward the future rather than toward the ground beneath your feet. Tell me in the comments what you think that work is. Do you believe Uchtdorf was being deliberately evasive, or was he answering a higher question? Now let us bring in the financial picture. because the money in this story is genuinely staggering. In February of 2023, the SEC announced a settlement with the church and its investment arm, Ensign Peak Advisors, involving a fine of $5 million. The reason for the fine was that Ensign Peak Advisors had for decades filed financial disclosures in a way that obscured the true scale of the church's portfolio. When investigators finally assembled the complete picture, the number that emerged was over $100 billion. The existence of that wealth is not illegal. What the SEC found problematic was the deliberate structuring of disclosures to prevent regulators from understanding the scale. An institution that spent $1 billion digging beneath its most sacred site and then offered spiritual inspiration instead of architectural explanation. The Temple Square renovation is still ongoing. When it does reopen, there will be a public unveiling. There will be photographs showing the restored exterior. But History Unmasked wants you to remember, below all of it, there is an underground infrastructure that cost hundreds of millions of dollars. The gap between what is shown and what is built. That gap is what history is made of. And that gap is why History Unmasked exists. If you care about the history of faith, power, and the stories that shape our world, hit subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. We are History Unmasked. The archive is always open. The record never lies. And we are nowhere near done.